Today on the Trent Out Loud Podcast. Yo, it's over for Diddy, y'all. Yo, it's over for Diddy. Rolling Stones got 50 people to talk to them. That's it. He's going to jail. What up? It's your boy Trent Out Loud, and I'm back with another episode. All right, it's Thursday morning. Y'all know what that means. 2 days left to the weekend. It's my, what is this? Yeah, it's my second favorite day of the week. Wednesday's the third favorite. This is my second favorite. And of course, you know, Friday is my favorite. We are close, y'all. All right. I got a good show set up for you guys today. I got 3 lead stories and they're all about Diddy. Literally like a 3-part lead story. All right. So the first part, we're going to talk about the feds starting to pursue a grand jury to present their findings of Diddy. So that's part 1. 2, the feds have a video of a male sex worker inside Diddy's house. And 3, 50 former friends of Diddy speak out against him in a new report from Rolling Stones magazine. I will break all that down and inform everything to you. Stick around for that. Trust me. All right, when we're done with Diddy, we're going to jump into quick news. We're going to talk about Charlamagne and his thoughts on Kanye West. And then we're going to talk about 2 million bottles of Fiji water being recalled. Trust me, if you guys drink bottled water or Fiji water, stick around for that. Then we're going to jump into speed news. We're going to talk about a man and his suspended license going to court. Dr. Umar talking to Nick Cannon. And then Khole Kardashian talks about a foot fetish and OnlyFans. Trust me, I'll explain. Then we got a question of the day. And of course, you know, we're always close out with a little bit of sports news. Y'all know what time it is. Turn your TVs, devices, or your radios up. I'm about to start this show. Let's go. Federal investigators are reportedly preparing to possibly bring witnesses in front of a grand jury in Diddy's case. According to CNN, 2 sources familiar with the probe share that federal investigators are preparing to bring accusers of Diddy in front of a grand jury. Potential witnesses have been notified by investigators that they could possibly be brought in to testify in front of a federal grand jury in NYC. Since last November, the mogul has been named in 8 lawsuits. 7 of those accuse him of sexual assault. All right, so let me break this down to you guys. When prosecutors are trying to bring witnesses in front of a grand jury, that is the first step to going to trial. So it's like, okay, judge, you gave us these warrants. Okay, cool. Now we want to bring in people to talk in front of a grand jury so that it's not only up to the judge, it's not biased. And then the grand jury will hear, they did this with Trump. So they hear, oh, this allegation, that allegation. It's not actual court yet. It's not actual court, but this grand jury will decide if the evidence presented is enough to lay charges against him. And then if they deem that that is enough, then they could go ahead and lay charges. To be honest, I don't know what the exact difference is between just a DA just filing charges. But from what I remember with the Trump case is that this makes it just a little bit more airtight because it's like it's already been heard by a grand jury of quote unquote your peers. So 12 people of your peers and not just, it kind of makes it like it's not just the feds just going after somebody. Again, like I said, they more kind of do this in high profile cases. They did this with Trump. So it doesn't look like, hey, this district attorney in New York is just seemingly going after Diddy. No, this is a group of 12 jurors of your peers that have decided that all of these charges based on the evidence and based on the witnesses, it's enough to charge you. And then you go to court, then you can either plead guilty or plead not guilty. Again, this jury thing has a lot to do with you pleading guilty because it's like, yo, we already found 12 people that said you should be tried. So the likelihood that you'll be tried, that you'll be found guilty in front of a new set of 12 people is more likely. This just makes their case that much more airtight. So it looks like the feds are going forward with this trial. And like I said, well, a couple of things I want to say. Like I said, I mean to make this sound like a I told you so moment, but I told you also. One, I told you guys that When Diddy started popping back up on his Instagram, going back outside in Miami, going to this coffee shop, being out with his kids on the beach, I think it was like rollerblading or jet skiing. His son made a rap song, blah, blah, blah. I was like, yo, this guy is crazy. You're antagonizing the feds. They might not have much on you, but you going out like this and acting as if like you're unbothered, it's going to antagonize them and make them want to come after you even more. That's one. Two, every time we spoke about civil lawsuits versus criminal lawsuits, civil lawsuits are when, for example, let's say me and you, we have an issue and, you know, the statute of limitation has passed or whatever, or I just want money out of you. I could sue you civilly and say, hey, this person owes me, or this person, you know, punched me and I want $100,000 from him for my medical bills, for my distress therapy, whatever. I want him to pay me $100,000. That's civil. So Diddy has 8 civil lawsuits. But as we always spoke about these 8 civil lawsuits, we're always like, what's going on with these criminal charges? And the burden of proof is a lot less for civil. And you have to be, the case has to be that much more airtight for criminal because you're sending somebody to jail. So they let a lot of hearsay in where it's during civil cases. What's interesting, I gave you that comparison to say what's interesting is that for the grand jury, they're looking to bring in witnesses from the civil lawsuit into their case, which I don't know. You can look at it 2 ways. You could look at it one way is to say, well, maybe there was enough in the civil suits and these people just cared more about the money and really didn't care about their criminal charges. It could be where the feds were like, listen, you guys do your civil stuff as long as you work with us, you know, criminally, like, or it could also mean that the feds don't have a lot on Diddy and now they're resorting to going to the people that are suing him civilly, which quote unquote have a weaker case, arguably, right? And that's what I'll kind of maybe go with the latter, because there has been a lot of rumors that when the feds raided his house, they didn't really find anything. And that's why Diddy started popping back out on Instagram. And and then when he came out, he said the truth will be told. I know we saw the Cassie video, but that happened in 2016. The LA County came out and said we cannot charge him for the abuse that you see on a video with Cassie, so he cannot be charged for that. I don't know, man. I want to go out on a limb and say that the Fed's case doesn't look super strong to me, just because they're now, it almost feels like they're resorting to going to the people on the civil side, which is not as airtight. That's just an educated guess with somebody that has a lot of experience in this. All right, we don't have to get into how I know all this stuff. But yeah, that's how it looks for me. All right, so this is part 1. We're going to close this and go on now to lead story of Diddy, part 2. Feds reportedly obtained surveillance video of a male sex worker inside Diddy's home. Man claims he was victimized by Diddy, and feds plan to use him as a witness in possible indictment. We posted earlier today that Diddy could be facing grand jury indictment stemming from his sexual assault allegations. Okay, that's what we talked about in lead story number 1. According to an exclusive report by CNN, feds say they are contacting people who were found on tapes to bring in a possible witness in their case. One of those people is a male sex worker who claims he was victimized. Per the report, this individual was seen in footage that is possibly in the possession of federal investigators. Okay, so that looks like it's tapes that they got from Diddy's house. Okay, this isn't shocking considering the fact that some of his accusers claim that Diddy recorded all of their sexual encounters without their permission. The outlet says bringing individuals who have filed civil lawsuits against Diddy before a grand jury could mark a significant escalation in the government's ongoing investigation. Okay, so you see, this is, again, I disagree with this. I feel like bringing this guy who they found on tape in Diddy's house, that is a more credible witness. But that last statement here, it says the outlet says bringing individuals who had filed civil lawsuits against Sean Combs before grand juries would mark a significant escalation in the government's ongoing investigation. We'll see if that remains. Like I said, my guess is that that doesn't look too good. You need to have people that have that Diddy has done stuff to under the statute of limitation, crimes that have been committed within 5 years, so that you could charge him criminally and then you do the civil stuff first. Normally, you get charged criminally, then after that, you get civil. So anyways, we'll see what happens. Like I said, I'm not an expert, but we'll see. Regardless of whatever, whoever you want to believe, the case with Diddy is really starting to warm up. We're hearing that there is actually tape from a male sex worker. I don't mean to laugh, but Diddy has been so like male bravado. Like, I got all the girls, I got all the women in the world. And now it's like, you have tape with a sex worker that you videotaped like in his house and he feels like a victim. Like, it's just crazy to me. But anyways, we'll see how this develops. But we now have confirmation that the feds did take tapes out of Diddy's home. There's a male sex worker, so it looks like he performed or was performing or had some sexual acts being performed on him by a male sex worker. And this gentleman is going to be brought in to testify in front of a grand jury so that they could file charges against Sean Diddy Combs. Okay, that's it for lead story number 2. Wait for lead story number 3. It gets even better. 50 former friends and associates of Diddy speak out against him in a new report. Allegedly whipped his girlfriend with a belt in college and told Biggie he would die before giving him 100% of his publishing rights. Wow. According to a 6-month investigation launched by Rolling Stone magazines, 50 of Diddy's closest friends and former associates have agreed to speak out against him in some capacity. Many of them have declined to reveal their identities, but the allegations made by the group paint a story of raging abuse dating all the way back to the 90s. The report alleges that after leaving Howard University in 1990, after becoming a mid-celebrity, Diddy still roamed the campus where his girlfriend at the time still attended. To make a long story short, friends of his girlfriend who refused to speak to the outlet recall allegedly seeing Diddy beat the girl with a belt in front of their dorm after she refused to come down and speak with him. She was trying to defend herself a little bit. She was crying, and we were telling him, get off of her. We were all screaming for her. Okay, that's in college. Now, sources say Diddy would go on to gain huge success with Bad Boy Records. Some of his former employees allege that he would fire anyone with a whip and often displayed violent behavior towards anybody who crossed him. A source claimed that shortly before the rapper Biggie's death, the rapper had plans to leave Puffy and sue for all rights of publishing of his song. And then when Diddy got wind of that, he said, I will never give it up until I'm dead and my bones are crushed into powder, Combs told Biggie's lawyer. Sources also claim when Rolling Stones approached Diddy about the magazine cover opportunity for Biggie a few months after his death, Biggie responded, no, he's dead. I'm putting out Combs' debut album, No Way Out, in July. I need to be on the cover of Rolling Stones. The report details many allegations of the R word, I don't want to say that because it's triggering, but RAPE, and sexual misconduct against self-proclaimed brother Love. Several women allege Diddy either tried or successfully RAPED'd them and filmed the encounter as trophies to show other people. Law enforcement who helped lock R. Kelly up on sex trafficking charges tell the outlet that witnesses have agreed to cooperate. Yo, it's over for Diddy, y'all. Yo, it's over for Diddy. Like, Diddy's going to jail. Like, that's it. He's going to jail. Like, this is too much. Like, it's 50 people. Rolling Stones got 50 people to talk to them. The feds have 8 people from civil lawsuits talking to them, and they have a sex tape of a sex worker willing to talk to them. Yo, Diddy's going to jail. That's it. It's done. Like, it's, what else do you want me to say, man? Like, it's a wrap for Sean P. Diddy Combs. Okay, I don't know how we're going to move on from all that Diddy news, but shake it off. Yo, we're ready for quick news, man. Ring my bell. Charlamagne the God says nobody cares about Kanye West rapping. During an episode of the Flagrant podcast, Charlamagne the God commented about Kanye West's current standing in the music industry. Comedian Andrew Schultz asked, is it over for Kanye after he attempted to be part of the Kendrick Lamar and Drake feud, but fell short of public acknowledgement? Charlamagne suggested it's because nobody cares about Kanye West rapping in 2024. All right, I think I have a little clip. Here, Charlamagne.
Nobody gives a about Kanye rapping in 2024.
I don't know how much I agree with Charlamagne with that, because already in 2004, Kanye West had a #1 album with what was the name of it again? With Ty Dolla $ign. Did he have a #1 song? It was a #1 album. He was on the charts. I think the reason why people didn't care about Kanye West's diss track is that it just seemed like it was just out of nowhere. All of a sudden, it was Kendrick and Future and Metro, and you had the crew that was going against them. Like, I think if Kanye was on like the original verse and it was a hot verse, people would have liked it. It's just that all of a sudden, like, it was going on for 2 or 3 weeks, and then all of a sudden we just heard Kanye just jump on a remix for like that, and then it was just came out and popped out in an interview with Justin LaBoy, and it was just, I think it was just awkward. Everybody said that the beat was crazy, but y'all know how music fans are. Like, you're as good as your last hit. You know what I mean? And the hits are like comedy. It's all about timing. So if he would have dropped more strategically and not just out of nowhere, and if it was and his verse also sucked. If it was a dope verse and it dropped more strategically, I think people would have loved it. I don't think Kanye West will ever be irrelevant in rap. He's definitely more relevant when it comes to sneakers or probably even fashion now. But no, you're never going to have Kanye West people are never going to not care about Kanye West no matter what year they end. He's cemented in hip hop legacy. People will always care. He just needs to have a dope verse, and he needs to have good timing. All right, this brings us to our second and final quick story. Nearly 2 million bottles of Fiji water have been recalled after testing found, I Googled how to say this word and I forgot it already, manganese. It's some sort of like bacteria. So found manganese and bacteria in water samples. This was like, I know this is not like an entertainment story, but it's going crazy all around social media. And I want to tell you guys about it because a lot of people, including me, love Fiji water. So I just wanted to let you guys know about this out here. Here's the story. If you're a Fiji water drinker like me, you might want to get into this story. The FDA announced that 1.9 million bottles of Fiji water have been voluntarily recalled after testing determined that the bottles contained a metal called manganese and 3 other types of bacteria. While the recall is still ongoing, the company has released a statement about the safety of consuming Fiji water. Fiji said, the FDA clarification announced yesterday relates to a matter from several months ago that never posed any health or safety risk. It affected products that were sold through only one distributor, and 99% of those affected bottles were reclaimed, with the remainder in the warehouse to be returned. So according to the FDA, it was found, there's this problem with the 2 million bottles, but according to Fiji, it was only sold by one distributor. This happened months ago, and all of those bottles were recalled and captured, and 1% of them were left in a warehouse. And they said that it does not pose any health or safety risk. You leave that up to your own device. I am going to just wait a couple of months before I drink Fiji water. I'm just saying, that's just me. Y'all do what y'all want to do. All right, this brings us to speed news. Ring my bell. Man with suspended license joins court while driving. Now, just in case that went over your head, let me repeat that. A man with a suspended license, meaning that he's not allowed to drive, he joins court on a Zoom call while he was driving. All right. Now, I'm sure that was clear to you. I think I have a little clip, but yeah, hold on. Let me see. Do I have it? Yes, I have a clip. Here it is.
Mr. Harris, are you driving?
Actually, I'm pulling into my doctor's office, actually. So just give me 1 second. I'm parking right now.
This is a driver while license suspended,
That is correct, Your Honor.
and he was just driving. I don't even know why he would do that. So defendant's bond is revoked. Defendant is to turn himself into the Washington County Jail by 6 p.m. today. Failure to turn himself in will result in a bench warrant with no bond.
How do you go to fight a case for a suspended license and show up to court in your car driving? Sorry, I'm driving. I need to park. Hold on. Yeah, okay, now I'm parked. And the judge is like, yo, this is a suspended driving case and you're driving? Like, done. Get to jail by 6 p.m., buddy. Yo, this is hilarious, man. You people are crazy out there. I don't know what this dude was thinking. All right, this brings us to our second speed story. Dr. Umar tells Nick Cannon that polygamery and polyamory was actually started by Black women. I have a little clip. Take a listen.
From a matriarchal perspective in African culture, Brother Nick, it was the women who said the men are going to have more than one wife because they came from a principle of Ubuntu. I am because we are. Yeah. I'm not winning unless my sister winning.
So I can't play that whole clip, but I will put it up on my Instagram page. If you want to go check it out, at Trent Out Loud, go check that out. Dr. Umar goes on to say that, it was really like, tribe and culture. And if I'm going to succeed, we're all going to succeed. And girlfriend, we're going to look out for each other. Then he goes on to say in modern day, there's a lot of women out here that say, hey, we don't believe in polyamory, but a lot of women will date married men and be a side chick. So his theory is that he's trying to say that a lot of women are still doing that, where they're having polyamory, sharing one husband, but they just don't want it to be known. So back in the day, it was okay, it's okay, or even some places in Africa now, it's like, oh, let's share, let's have 3 or 4 women have one husband, and it's okay to be known. And he's saying that still happens now, but they're not. I don't exactly know which words he used, but it was more about like the confidence of saying, well, like, you're ashamed to say you're sharing a man. So that's really what it was all about. I don't know if I like what take I have on this. And I just think that there was a lot of things that happened hundreds of years ago. And as humans, we have to evolve from that. So I'm not saying if I agree with polyamory or not. I'm just saying, I don't understand what Dr. Umar's point is in bringing that up now, because there was a lot of things that started 100 years ago or 200 years ago or before that because of the times. And now we're in different times. So I don't know if he was, I didn't watch the whole podcast, but I don't know if he was just trying to and Dr. Umar does have 2 wives. So I don't know if he's trying to make a case now of just like, hey, we should bring that back in 2024 or not. But if anybody out there has seen the whole podcast, please send me an email at trentoutloud@cfqr600.com. Comment below this video, explain it to us, or send me a DM on any of my social handles at Trent Out Loud. All right, this brings us to our third and final speed story. Khole Kardashian says that she would make a fortune if she posted her feet on OnlyFans. She says there's foot fetishes all around the world. All right, this happened when she was talking to her mom. And I have a clip. Take a listen.
I have feet that would go on OnlyFans and make a fortune.
People on OnlyFans show their feet?
There's foot fetishes all around the world.
She goes on to explain her mom to her mom why people have foot fetishes, and you can't. I don't know if we played it in the clip, but she goes on to explain why. I can't explain why over the radio, and but. I will say, though, that first of all, I was fully aware that a lot of people have foot fetishes, and there's literally websites dedicated to men paying women, or maybe men paying some men, or what, vice versa, but people paying for foot videos and foot pictures. Like, there's people that are as infatuated as how some people are over breasts or butts or lips or faces, over feet. It is really a thing. I, for one, can never or could never understand that. And I'm not a prude. Like, I talk about my things in my book, in my second book. Like, I'm no stranger to, those things. The one thing that I will always say no to, and that I cannot get down with, is feet. I don't understand how people like feet. I don't want your foot touching me. I don't want to kiss your feet. I don't want you to kiss my feet. Don't even touch your feet. No, I could not get into feet. Everything else, I'm fine. I'll not say no to nothing, but feet? Nah, man. I love every single part of a woman, every single part, but I am not down with feet. But yo, shout out to the people who love foot fetishes. Not a knock to you guys. I just can't understand, what is it about feet that you like? I just don't know, man. And actually, you know what? Anybody has a foot fetish out there, please comment underneath this video. Explain to us, what is it that you love about feet? Send me an email or send me a message on my social handles at Trent Out Loud. All right, this brings us to question of the day. All right, I got a funny question of the day today. Well, actually, it's not really that funny. It's a good one, though. Name an actor who nailed a role so well that nobody else could ever play, or nobody else could ever live up to it. All right, so bear with me because they put like emojis, so I might not know all of them. All right, so somebody said Batman, but who? This one looks like Michael Keaton. So I feel like people are saying that nobody could play Michael Keaton that good. Then Chadwick Boseman in Black Panther. That's for real, man. I can't see nobody else playing Chakala. Who is this? Isaac Hayes. Like I said, sorry, they only put pictures. Lawrence Fishburne. Lawrence Fishburne as Ike Turner, 100%. Nobody else could play that. Keith Ledger in The Joker. 100%, there could never be another Joker. What is this? Whitney in Bodyguard? Okay, fine. I guess. Fair. Queen Latifah in, oh gosh, what's the movie called when the 4 girls were robbing the banks? Queen Latifah, Jada Pinkett Smith, Vivica A. Fox, and the other girl. Set It Off. Yeah, nobody could replace her. Jamie Foxx in Ray. 100%. Nobody could ever play Ray ever again. Who is it? Denzel Washington, Training Day, 1000%. I forgot his name in Training Day. Oh, if somebody knows, comment below. Let me know. Jim Carrey, The Grinch. That's a good one. Angela Bassett in Waiting to Exhale, 1000%. Oh my gosh, Tom Hanks in Forrest Gump. Nobody could ever play that role. Fully agree. Jennifer Lopez in Selena, 1000%. Oh, Olivia Pope, Scandal. That's a good one. Nobody ever could play Olivia Pope. I'm just going to want to toot my own horn here. I haven't got on one emoji that I haven't known yet. That's how much movies and TVs I watch. Wow, just as I said that, I don't know who this person is. Damn it. Whoopi Goldberg, this is in Ghost. Funny enough, Ghost in Power, Omari Hardwick. Whew, Denzel Washington, Malcolm X, 1000%. Okay, here's another one I don't know. Wow, I really spoke too soon, huh? And Taraji P. Henson in Baby Boy. Oh, what was her name? Oh my gosh. What was her name in Baby Boy? I don't even remember his name. He's like, yo, I hate you. Can't remember. Tupac and Juice. Don't remember his lead story. And okay, I'm gonna stop because there's things I'm not remembering. Devil Wears Prada. What's her name? Oh my gosh. There's times like this I wish I had a co-host. What's her name in Devil Wears Prada? Meryl Streep. And the last one here is oh my gosh. Trent, you have to remember this woman's name. This is so bad. Hold on, give me a second. I'm not even going to edit this because I'm going to get it. Hold on. Okay. How to Get Away with Murder. How to Get Away with Murder is the name of the show. Oh my gosh. What's her name? Viola Davis. Sorry, Viola. Sorry. Viola Davis, How to Get Away with Murder, and Keaton. Woo! All right, that was good. That was good, man. You guys have to give me props for knowing all of that. Oprah Winfrey, The Color Purple. There you go. Angela Bassett, Tina Turner. Okay, I'm done now. Whew. That was good, y'all. Y'all gotta give me props, man. Y'all get into the comment section and give me props for that, Anyways, that was question of the day. All right, this brings us to sports news. There was no basketball game on last night because the Indiana Pacers got swept by Boston. So the darn Eastern Conference Finals was only 4 games. Sucks. I hate when series only goes 4 games, man. The season is ending. I want as much basketball as possible, Well, let me rephrase that, because when it's my team that's doing the sweeping, I actually love it. But I really didn't care what happened in the Boston Indiana Pacers. I just wanted more basketball. Anyways, Zach Lowe made this comment, and it's kind of gone a little bit viral. Zach Lowe said, Tatum is not one of the 5 best players currently in the NBA. If they face the Mavs, this will now finally be the series where Tatum is indisputably not the best player in the series. So a lot of people weighed in. Some people agreed, some people didn't. Somebody did make it a point to say that in the MVP voting that Jason Tatum was number 5. So that, could arguably put him in the top 5 slot. If you ask me, I think that I don't know if when I first heard the story, I was like, yeah, he's in the top 5. But when you look at it and you take Kyrie, Luka, Shea, as much as I don't really love him, but the Joker, it's hard. It is a good, strong league. And I'm just talking people in the playoffs. If you just take the league together, you got a lot of strong players, right? And Cat, there's just a lot, right? And again, those are the 4 or 6 teams that are left in the playoffs. So although I do like Jason Tatum, I have to maybe agree with this, that he's probably more in the top 10. But if they do win a championship and if they do come through in the finals, I think that will move his stature up. I mean, they said a couple of years ago that Jason Tatum was going to be the face of the league. We'll see. I definitely think that he has the opportunity to become the face. I think a lot of guys have opportunity to become the face of the league. And, it's we know now, this is changing on the guard. LeBron is pretty much done. Steph Curry is pretty much done. KD is pretty much done. And those were the 3 faces of the league. But yeah, you have Ant-Man, Kyrie, and Tatum, I would think. I don't see Joker being the face of the league. I know he's a 3-time MVP guy, but I just don't see him as the face of the league. I'm talking about the face, Jordan was the face, or LeBron, the face of the league, man. Anyways, y'all know who I think. I think it's going to be Ja Morant. When he comes back and he's just more calm and more chill or whatever, I feel like Ja could be the face of the league. I think it's between Ja and Ant-Man, but we'll see. All right, y'all. That is it for me. I'm wrapping up my Thursday. I'm going home to chill out. Thank y'all for kicking it with me. It's Friday. Tomorrow is Friday, baby. I'm really excited to have my last show of the weekend. I don't know what plans I have, but all right, listen, I'll wrap up the show. I'll talk to you about my Friday plans tomorrow. The reason why I actually thought about that is because next weekend is Grand Prix weekend. So I don't know if I should chill this weekend or if I should do a little stuff or so just relax and just because Grand Prix weekend is going to be crazy here in Montreal. But anyways, we'll talk about it tomorrow. All right. A little bit of housekeeping. If you're used to watching this show on podcast platforms or on YouTube, if you're used to watching it on YouTube or listening to it on podcast platforms, just know that you could listen to the Trent Out Loud Podcast every weekday from 11 to 12 on CFQR600.com from any device, computer, whatever. Just go to that website and click listen live from 11 to 12. And you can listen to the Trent Out Loud Podcast while we mix in 90s and 2000s hip hop and R&B. It's a great 1 hour show. Please check us out. Vice versa, if you're used to listening to the Trent Out Loud podcast on CFQR600.com or 600 AM in your Montreal area on the radio, and you can always catch the show from 11 to 12, don't worry. The show is uploaded on YouTube and podcast platforms daily, so you'll never have to miss a show. Just go to your desired platform, type in Trent Out Loud, the show will pop up. Don't forget to hit the follow button or subscribe button so that you can be notified every time we upload a show. All right, y'all. Thanks for kicking with me. I hope you like the show. I will see you tomorrow when it's Friday. Peace. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It's your boy, Trent Out Loud. Peace.